You are listening to the Live Your High Frequency Life podcast, and I'm your host, Teal Shu. In this podcast, you'll discover how to step into your natural, innate frequency and the highest frequency of the universe, love, to create and live the soul-aligned life you want. If you're a woman who wants to love yourself so completely, stand so fully in your infinite sovereign soul power, be your own safe haven, fill your own cup, and be so financially independent you quit feeling trapped by someone, something, or somewhere, then this podcast is for you. Because you deserve to be unmessable with by the world and live the high-frequency, soul-aligned life you love that is your birthright. And I'll share with you how you can start creating this reality for yourself through your frequency. But raising your frequency isn't about doing more. It's really about untangling yourself from the programming of the world, choosing love over fear, and living as your soul with your identity rooted in love. And when you embody this, your frequency automatically rises. You radiate the high frequency you that you were born as, and you start changing your life. I'm glad you're here. Hey there, welcome. Welcome to this episode. Another week, another episode. This is so exciting. So this is episode 27. So I am just celebrating, even with this episode, having done one episode a week for over a half a year now. And it's so fun just to chat with you and share, okay, what is flowing through me this week that is being called forward through me to share with you. And trusting that this is in your best and highest good and helps you in some way, shape, or form. And this week, I just chuckle about the topic. Are you an unwitting ambulance chaser? If you're like, what? I don't chase ambulances. I'm not an ambulance chaser, right? You're not running around after looking for the crash and all the craziness and the trauma reporter at the newspaper, right? You're not running around doing that. But you know what? I was noticing this in myself this week, and I was just laughing about it. And I really wanted to share it with you because I think that so many people are doing this and don't recognize it, and likely you as well. And when you start to see it, hey, you can have a good laugh, but it's also then this really great avenue for you to raise your frequency and be aware of it, right? And change things for yourself. So, okay, so right now, when I'm recording this, so I live in Central Oregon, okay? I grew up also in Central Washington, Cascade Mountains, forest fires, wildfires. It has been common in my life since really my birth. Summers, wildfire seasons, the whole thing, not unfamiliar in my life now. Of course, I place the energy, that I am always safe. My loved ones are always safe, including, my property and all of those things. Safe, protected, blessed, right? Everything in my best and highest good. So yeah, I direct my attention, not calling and creating these things in my life by focusing on, hey, the what ifs and that wildfire's close and that wildfire's doing this. No, I don't put my attention there. But before I get into that, right now, there is at the time I'm recording this, there's a wildfire up near my parents' home where I grew up in Leavenworth, Washington. So, and it's, done its thing, expanding in acreage, and my parents are in an evacuation level right now. And you know what? I don't take it for granted, but hey, been there, done that. They've had numerous fires, and some right down 100 feet from their house that they actually helped put out themselves. And it was pretty wild. But you know what? My first response, my mom's telling me this on the phone today, hey, yeah, there's this fire, and then, okay, now we're on evacuation level and la, la, la. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to put any attention on it. I just know you guys are okay. I know everything's okay for you. I know you're safe. I know all is fine. But I had this moment where then I was like, ooh, I need to check on this. I need to go on Facebook and look at the emergency management. I need to get on the news. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to see the pictures. I need to see what are the resources. Do they have enough helicopters? Are they calling in the air tankers? Do they have what they need? Do my parents need other information that they don't have? And I should do this, and I should look up this, and I should make sure I know what's going on. That way I know information and I can share it with my parents and make sure they're safe. And do I need to think about if there's a time when I need to go up there in order to help them? And la 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 la. There was a split second moment of getting into, I need to do information. I need to follow this. I need to be in go mode and heighten awareness and getting excited. My energy coming up and rising, my breathing changing, my body responding of heightened awareness, need to invest energy and focus and attention in this wildfire. It's ambulance chasing. It's ambulance chasing. Now, why do I say that? Because that set me back and I paused for just a second too. And it was like, you know what? Because it's the excitement. Whether you think of it like exciting, like, yay, won the lottery excitement, or it's just like the excitement of your body is responding to that stimulus of something new happening in your life, a change, and potentially a threat to you or your loved ones. Where do you see this in your life where, hey, there's potentially a threat, whether very remote or very imminent, and you get into this feeling, bodily response of some excitement, right? Your nervous system responding, of course, everybody talks about, flight, fight, right? Fawn, shut down. The response of your sympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system, and your dorsal aspect, your dorsal phase of your nervous system. And that is what's going on here. Of like, something is happening and I need to pay attention because my nervous system is saying this is a change in your normal day-to-day operation, this piece of information, this stimulus. And so, we're going to pay attention to this in order to keep you safe. But here's the thing. Do you really need to pay attention to it? Right? Do you really need to pay attention to it? And this is the ambulance chasing part because, we get a little excited about something new. Our body is getting excited about it, and we want to chase the thread to find out more information. Because even if we don't realize it consciously, subconsciously, we are responding like it's a threat. And so what do we need to do to be safe? We need more information. We need to keep an eye on this. We need to chase that ambulance. But do you? See, this is the thing. You don't, right? How many times has a piece of information come into your life and you've gone down the rabbit hole? Did you need to do that? Did it pertain to you? Did it pertain to you? I'll keep going with the wildfire example. So there's a lot of fires around down me, my neck of the woods. Fortunately, it's been a milder, quieter year for the wildfires around me, and that is a real blessing. We've been a little cooler, we've had a little more rain. It's such a blessing. All right, less smoke, all of that. But it's easy for me to really, from my childhood as well, wildfires are a threat. So it's like, there's a fire over there. Okay, no, I don't need to be aware of that fire. It's really of no threat to me, and I trust that if it is something that is really an imminent threat to me, I'm going to be aware of it. I'm going to know about it. I don't need to go and pay attention to a fire right now that is 12 miles away and isn't an imminent threat to myself and my family and my loved ones. I don't need to go look up the pictures. I don't need to go see what is going on. I don't need any of that because what you pay attention to is what you fuel. What you pay attention to is what you fuel. Your frequency in paying attention to, in this example, like the wildfire or the car crash or the flood or the hurricane or whatever incident in the world, like the world is kind of a dumpster fire right now. Pick your incident. Whatever you pay attention to, you then get into the frequency of, if you allow it. And what is your frequency behind why you're paying attention to that thing anyway? And like frequency creates like frequency. So your energy paying attention to the fire, the hurricane, whatever it is, creates more of that same frequency. And guess what your frequency really is? It's fear. Because what was I talking about before? Your body responding to what it perceives as a subconscious threat, even though you don't recognize that consciously. Take a hurricane 3,000 miles away, but you're paying attention to it, even a little bit. What's going on over there? Oh, I feel bad for those people. Oh gosh, this is terrible. Oh, the animals. Oh, this. Oh, so much money. How are these people going to afford to rebuild? What are the insurance companies going to do? Is the government going to help? Is the government not going to help? What's going to happen? Oh, is everybody safe? All of these things, what are they rooted in? They're rooted in fear. Fear, things aren't okay. Fear, other people aren't okay. If other people aren't okay, that means I could not be okay too. And even all of this subconsciously. If you're going to pay attention to something, right? What is your intention with paying attention to the wildfire, the disaster, the humanitarian crisis, whatever it is? What is your intention? Is your intention because you are going to contribute in some way to resolution, relief? Are you giving money? Are you giving time? Are you the Red Cross? Are you food trucks coming? Are you the firefighters? Are you the recovery team? Are you reaching out to give someone a shelter and a home? Are you taking in animals to shelter them? Are you donating and sending clothes? Like, what is your intention with paying attention to the incident, the crisis, the circumstances, whatever they are? Are you just collecting information and chasing that thread, which is subconscious reaction to feeling a little bit threatened, which is fear-based? Or is your frequency and intention love because you are going to make that event and circumstance pertain to you and then give and contribute, but actually intentionally give and contribute? And then once you have done your part, whether it's a one-time monetary donation, whether you're going with Habitat for Humanity and rebuilding houses, whatever it is you're doing, do you then move out of that attention and giving it attention when you've concluded with your giving? Or do you keep putting your attention on it and stay attached to giving it your attention? And then why are you putting your attention on it still? Attention and intention. What you pay attention to is what you fuel, what your frequency is as you pay attention to something. Like frequency creates like frequency. So this is why I'm like, no, I'm not paying attention to what is going on with the wildfire up around my parents' house. No, I'm not paying attention to what is going on in the world. I might see a headline, but I'm like, oh, okay, yep, right? Same with the wildfires around me. What am I making pertain to me? And by making it pertain to me, then I bring it into my environment and into my consciousness and into my awareness. And you got to deal with it and pay attention to, hey, what is your intention with having this information? Are you being the ambulance chaser? Let it go. And so I talk like in my programs all the time, like, yeah, shut off the news. Don't watch mainstream media. Don't be on social media. I'm in social media to interact with a core group of people in my circle, connecting with my mentors and other individuals who maybe aren't formally mentoring me, but are also within that sphere. It's very intentional. I'm not just in there to be in there. It's to do coaching, sharing with my friends, and working with those who are helping me. And otherwise, I get my news from 1440, which is basically just a factual headline kind of thing. And even those facts, are subject to interpretation. But I'm not then chasing a story. I'm not looking for more information. I don't need more details. And when you get bogged down in information and details, it is heavy. When you're heavy, you cannot fly. Your frequency does not fly. When your frequency is heavy, you are deaf to your soul and your own wisdom and guidance. And so this is just really about, are you being really intentional? You think so often, it was like what I was talking about early on. Hey, I need to know what's going on because I want to know about, hey, if my parents are okay. This, I need to know what's going on. We think it's a supporting and caring and compassionate thing. Like, oh, if I know other people are having this experience, or even, oh, these other people are suffering, well then, oh, I'm one in spirit with you, and love and light and blessings. I send you peace and love. Like, no. You're in a mask, and that mask is fear. No. Stop paying attention to it. It's the best way to send energy and frequency and love out into the world, supporting more positive outcomes for all of these incidents and things that are out there in the world. Love is a fabulous way to put out the dumpster fire because like frequency creates like frequency. Your frequency creates expansion. So how do you want your frequency to go to work in the world? Do you want your frequency to be with tinges of fear as you're like, what's going on with this flood? What's going on with this hurricane? What's going on with the volcano, the fire, the earthquake, the humanitarian things, the war, the this, the that? What is your frequency with wanting to know? That's the intention you're coming to, and your intention creates. Your intention sends out energy to what it is you're paying attention to, creates expansion of it. So if you don't want to create through your energy expansion of something in the world, change your intention, move your attention. Stop chasing the ambulance, even if you think you're being a good Samaritan. Check in on your intention with that. Are you really? And if you do choose to give a circumstance, a natural disaster, humanitarian, war, whatever it is, wildfires, your attention, recognize that then you're making this pertain to you. And do you really want it to pertain to you? Do you want this to be in your energy and your energy then to be fueling it? And if you are giving it your attention, then what is your intention? Like I said, how are you then contributing to the good? I say the good just in a way because then you can understand that more easily. Like the best and highest good, like the care, the compassion, the resolution. Are you bringing service? Are you bringing contribution? Are you bringing comfort, food, medicine, supplies, some form, right, of generosity and giving, open-hearted giving to alleviate a situation, right? Is that what you are then actively doing and your intention, right? And then when you do that and you finish doing it, you let it go and you stop paying attention so that you can keep out of frequency entanglement and energetic entanglement with that event. So it's just so funny to me thinking about all of this, because I remember this even as a little kid, growing up with what was it, 1994? Was it 1996? I don't even remember, but yeah, I was just starting middle school in middle school, and we had growing up fires everywhere that summer, and they were blowing up and they were all really extensive. There was a lot of damage, a lot of structures and homes were lost and people's lives shifted. And my family was on level 2, which is basically get ready to go. Level 3 is, hey, you need to leave. And level 2 is get ready to go. There's ash raining down in the yard. There's hot ash. We're putting out, hot ash with the hose. We're packing up our cars, all of these things. And I remember at the time thinking it's a little kid still, middle school. So it's exciting because this was a massive change in everyday life, right? Dad was home from work. Mom was a school nurse, so she was always off for the summer. But Dad's home. That's awesome. I get to see Dad during the day. This is exciting. We have our own fire truck. So just to paint a picture, I lived in the country growing up, very rural, the mountains. Have ridges all around. We back on Forest Service land. It's very rural. My family owned like 12 acres, forest, trees, all this. And we have our own big hook and ladder fire truck that's just for our house, just assigned to us. And it comes and visits every day. And the firefighters get out and they inspect the property. They look around. They talk with my dad. My dad's already plowed fire breaks and stuff with the tractor. You know, we're going through things, making sure everything's ready. We're watering everything. Like this whole operation going on. My best friend and I were baking cookies. We would take as thank yous down to the firefighters who were camped at the bottom of our road. We live 3 miles up the road. Like all of these things. We need to go into town for supplies. The National Guard was there. They painted a code on the windshield of the car. Dad had to show his driver's license to prove that he lived where we lived so he could get back in after getting groceries at the grocery store. Like it was this whole operation. We had no tourists in town. It's a tourist town. It's like a ghost town. Smoke everywhere, ash everywhere. We're wearing masks and wet bandanas. It's like this whole thing, and I'm a little kid, right? But we couldn't even have an evacuation plan to go to our friends who lived like more in town because some parts of town were on an even higher evacuation level than we were. We were like going to have to evacuate to some place like 20 miles away down in Wenatchee with a friend of my mom's. And it was exciting because it was so different, but it was also exciting because it was a threat and our nervous systems were engaged and my nervous system was engaged. And I'm a little kid and I'm trying to make sense of all of these things, but it was also scary. And I remember it consciously being scary, the threat part. And it was this drive, like, even as a little kid, I want to know more. I was old enough then at that point, like, I want to know more so that I can be safe and I can help my family be safe. Now, in this particular incident, like, no, we're actually in imminent threat, much more imminent threat. But the programming is there. Biologically, the programming is there. But then if we allow that biological programming, which we have habituated allowing, to direct our attention to chasing the ambulances, to getting more information, and making things pertain to you at a higher level and be at a higher threat than what they really are, and you continue to hold your attention onto them, you're just into soup sandwich, right? Soup sandwich. Doesn't hold together very well. Doesn't work out very well. You're just in fear. And you don't need that. You don't need that. So it's just kind of like, staying in your own lane. Yeah, the neighbors have got their own thing going on over there. A couple towns over, yeah, that's their thing. Are you intentionally going to be involved in alleviating and helping and doing something? Okay, maybe you need a little information in order to do that. Or like, yeah, no, you're not going to be doing anything with it at all. Well, okay, you don't need to pay attention. No attention. Don't fuel other people's circumstances and your own by giving things your attention. Your energy impacts what other people are going through. And ultimately, that is, say, what is the bottom line here. So when I think about my parents right now, it's not about, oh, the fire and I wonder how they're preparing and all. No, I'm like, hey, they're okay. And I know that. That's part of being tuned into your soul and more deeply tuned into your soul because you feel the universe and you feel other beings. You feel their energy. And I know they're fine. And I trust that they're fine. And no energy toward it, but as circumstances change throughout our lives, the ups and the downs, you know what? I know they're still fine. And fires around me, not near. I'm fine. I'm safe. They're nowhere near me. I'm fine. My loved ones are fine. My family is fine. The things I care about are fine. But I'm not attached to it either. And so that's where I place my attention. So it's like, oh, they're okay. All is well in my world. I trust that I am receiving my best and highest good. I trust that everyone else is receiving their best and highest good. And I get sometimes that, yeah, people are like, oh, that's so cold and callous because these people are suffering and there's crap going on and bad things and da-da. Doesn't mean I don't feel, doesn't mean I don't have compassion, but I just trust that the universe is truly, truly taking care of all of us in the way that is in our best and highest good. And I truly, truly, truly know that then we can rise above our own crap by choosing love. Higher frequency rises us above the tide of circumstances, the tide of misfortunes. Sure, life is going to life, but when we move our attention, when we look at our intention, you can rise above. And when you rise above, where is your energy? You take others with you. So that's really what I wanted to share today with my inspirations and thoughts from this week. So what are you fueling? What is your intention? Where is your attention? All right. Stop being an ambulance chaser. Instead of being unwitting and unaware, become aware. Become conscious of where you are into the ambulance chasing, however slight. All right. Big hugs to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for being here and listening to this entire episode. If you're the kind of woman that likes to help others, then please share this with your friends, family, and circle. Because if you found value, they will too. And if you'd like even more high frequency and life-changing content, please connect with me on Instagram and Threads at Tealshoop Coaching. Now, one last thing, I do have a personal request. I'm here to help make this world a better place for you and for all. So if you would, please leave a candid 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. I'd be so grateful, and through your big-hearted assistance, together we can help other amazing women just like you thrive. Thank you, big hugs to you, and I'll see you in the next episode.